All right, Coach Michael Burt. It is probably very late if you're watching this on Facebook. I'm actually just landed in San Diego, California, actually Carlsbad, California, to speak tomorrow at 8 a.m. on the book Flip the Switch to a group that purchased 250 copies of the book. And so, as you probably have noticed, with the schedule that I have been on airplanes and flying from one part of the country to another part of the country. I was in Newport Beach for 3 or 4 days, Los Angeles, back to Nashville, to Arlington, Virginia, all the way across the country to Carlsbad, California, and back from Carlsbad, California, all the way back to Nashville, and then boom, all the way back to go down to Watercolor to do a couples retreat with my wife, and all of my kids and family are down in Florida. So I'm pre-recording this Flip the Switch book club for our Wednesday session because I'm going to be on a plane, and it's a long way to fly all the way back across the country. So there's no good direct flights except for a flight that puts me right in the middle of this session. And since they won't let me do it on a plane, which I think would be pretty cool, I'm pre-recording it tonight at 10:46 p.m. So Flip the Switch. Hope you're enjoying the book as much as I am speaking on the book. It has been a long and grueling cycle to take this to the marketplace, but I hope it has inspired you to want to come up with the message and take that message to the world. I hope it's inspired you on how much conviction do you have about something. So today we're going to be covering chapter 3, Screw Your Why. How to let your purpose find you. And I would be interested if you think this should be the title of my next book, because my agent, I sent my agent about 10 potential titles of a new book that would come up after this. I can't even believe I'm thinking about this right now, but I got to strike while the iron's hot. Has to do with book publishing and number of copies sold and all kinds of deals. But he actually believes this is my best title. Screw Your Why, which is chapter 3. So I'd love to hear your comments in the chat. If you're out there on Facebook watching this, or in the chat box, I would love to hear your comments if you think this would be a great book title. And does it solve a big enough problem in the world? Right? The next book, I want to solve a major problem for a lot of people. Because what I really learned by writing this book, Flip the Switch, is there's large numbers of people who are not remotely interested in flipping the switch. Okay, they're remotely interested in going over to the complacency factory, not to the greatness factory. Thank God for good, fine folks like you who are interested in actually activating your drive. You're curious about your potential. So I'm looking for a book on the next one that could be a big one. And I think Screw Your Why, How to Let Your Purpose Find You, could actually be the book. I haven't decided yet, but this is chapter 3. This is what we're covering today. Now, here are my notes. I made a whole page of notes when I read this chapter and reread this chapter. It's actually probably one of my favorite chapters in the book because so many people struggle with purpose. I mean, some studies suggest that 87% of people have not found their purpose. And so you hear people out there like a Simon Sinek say, find your why. And if you find your why, then good things are going to happen. And I'm not opposed to that. Although I philosophically believe that you could find your purpose and still not be motivated. You could find your purpose and still not be energized. You could find your purpose and still not have the prey drive to pursue it. So I do not believe, after 31 years of coaching people as a practitioner in all types of environments, that just finding your why solves all of your problems. It's catchy. It sounds good. Sells a lot of books. And I think Simon Sinek's a really smart guy. But I don't think fundamentally what I'm saying here is that it solves a big problem for you. Finding your why does not activate the prey drive. Okay, so I don't believe you find it, your purpose, your why, if you want to call it that. I believe it finds you, and it finds you when you are pursuing something. Now, I do agree that large percentages of people are on the wrong freaking bus. And that is because, in my estimation, they have not located their talent. So if I rewrote the book, Find Your Why, I'd say, don't find your why, find your skill, find your talent, find your ability, and then find a problem that you want to solve that gives you energy versus drains your energy. So don't find your why, find your skill. And once you find your skill, find the problem that you want to solve. Okay. Now this will lead to monetization. This will lead to purpose. This will lead to, dang, this is fun. I get to wake up and do what I love doing. I'll go where I feel celebrated, not tolerated. I got both purpose and profit, which is the concept I'm doing next March 9th through the 11th. And if you are really serious about purpose to profit, I think you should get in that course with me. It's a 3-day course. It's virtual. It's $67. Purpose to Profit Live.com. Purpose to Profit Live.com. Okay. And it's next Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I added one full day because I'm so passionate about helping people locate their purpose and then turn it into profit. So when I say screw your why, I'm not saying it's just catchy, folks. I thought it would get me on Good Morning America. If I write the book, it's not show business. It's not business. It's show business. So screw your why is a little dramatic, but it's basically saying, forget, you don't need to know your why to do something big. You need to know your skill and you need to know a problem. So in my notes, that's my premise of this chapter. It's like just knowing your why, I could know my purpose and be out here in California and go, I could wake up in the morning, 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning to do this deal at 8 o'clock after being on a plane for 7 hours. Go, man, I don't feel like doing this. I don't feel this is my purpose. Why am I not motivated? This is why you have to call upon the prey drive. This is why you hear me say amateurs listen to their feelings. Professionals do not listen to their feelings. This is why you see the people that make the big money, because they can flip a switch. Boom, when they're tired, when they're frustrated, when they're irritated, no matter what, they can activate their prey drive. So what I made in my notes is what is purpose? Page 45, chapter 3. Okay. I believe work can become the distribution channel for your unique talents, but those talents and abilities must be found, located, discovered, and then they become your purpose. Think of it this way. You exchange your abilities. Those are the gifts and skills, right? Knowledge, skills, attitudes, habits. You exchange, remember that word exchange, remember that word exchange. I keep saying because it's very important. You exchange it, you give it. There's an exchange. You exchange your abilities and skills for an opportunity to help others advance in some way. Many times people will pay you for this exchange, your ability and skill for my problem, for my ambition, for my future. Many times people will pay for this exchange because you are guiding them toward a bigger future. In essence, people are paying you for your past. Your past helps me to build my future. Okay. So I say in here, the idea and a popular approach for many is if you find your why, even in the things you don't want to do, you will succeed and be fulfilled. Another way of saying this, if you find your purpose and your life values, life will get better. However, you prefer to phrase this. I'm not knocking it. I have much respect for Simon Sinek. He sold more books than me, who made it why a popular concept. I just happen to disagree with starting with why. I think you should just start and keep going until your purpose finds you. So what is purpose? Purpose is exchange. Exchange of your talent for a problem. See, on the plane ride, if you could see my notes, I wish I could show you my notes where I just sit there for hours and I'll watch something and get inspired or activated and I'll doodle up. What do I love doing? What am I good at doing? What do I love doing? What problem do I want to solve? Who do I want to help? What is highly enjoyable, highly profitable? What is my B? See, I'm doing this with you guys, just like you are. I'm reading this book that I wrote and I'm working through my own complexities, just like I'm coaching you to work through, right? It's like a workbook. And it's like, all right, how do I activate this prey drive tomorrow? And again, the next day, and again, the next day. And how to go out and create revenue for the company. And how do I, do what I love doing. How do I marry what I love with what I'm good at with the people I want to do it with? You guys probably follow my post. I mean, I did a 30-minute Zoom for a group of people the other day that might as well have been dead. I mean, they had no life, no energy, no nothing. I was miserable. I was miserable. They were miserable. They hated me. I didn't like them. It's the first time in my career where I wasn't rude, but I was just fed up. 15 minutes of that, I was fed up. I was like, man, I ain't doing this. Forget it. It's off. I'm out. Okay. I go where I feel celebrated, not tolerated, man. I'm too old for this. You know what? So I'm like, I'm only looking for people who are real serious. If you can't set up in a meeting and pay attention, just keep on doing what you're doing, man. I don't care. Okay. I'm looking for Navy SEALs, not baby SEALs. So to me, that told me that's not a group I need to work with. So it got me thinking, who do I enjoy working with? Who do I love working with? See, purpose is exchange for your talent. You use your skill and ability. I believe talent was God-given, not man-given. I can teach you skills, but I can't give you talent. You got to locate it. You got to refine it. You got to use it. And when you do, you get more. You get more opportunity. You get more possibility. So purpose is exchange. Purpose to profit. Profit is internal, fills the internal bank account, and it fills the external bank account. Enough internal bank account should eventually feed the external bank account if you have a good business savvy. So what is work? I say it right here on 45. Work is a distribution channel. It's a vehicle. Now ask yourself right now, are you in the right vehicle? Are you a level 10 person stuck in a level 4 vehicle? Can your vehicle get you to your financial goals? Does the vehicle provide a distribution channel for you to fulfill your purpose? See, I'm excited about greatness factories, success schools for kids. You don't have your kids in our success schools. They really should be. Greatness factory, I'm building it. And why? Because it's like part of my purpose is to create a place, an environment where the prey drive is high. People can work, learn, grow, connect. Right. I can see myself working at the greatness factory across the streets, a complacency factory, and all the people not doing anything with their life across the street, but over in my little neck of the woods, as we say in Tennessee, I got a little greatness factory. And guess what we're doing at the greatness factory? We manufacture greatness, just like I did with those high school kids. For one second the other day, I thought, man, I'm going to go back and coach high school kids in sports. I'm going to go back to my old team because the coach left and I'm going to coach again. And I thought, nah, I'm just kidding. Work distribution channel. So I talk a lot about this fundamental relationship between your talent and a problem. And that's called a fundamental relationship between your skill set and a problem in the world. So let me ask you this. When did you locate your purpose? When did you know this is what you were supposed to be doing? When did you go, this is awesome? And even if it's awesome, could you lose joy and passion for it? That's burnout. My granddad said, if you eat banana pudding every day for 10 years, you eventually get tired of eating it. So the fundamental relationship, pay close attention, is between you have located your skill, talent, ability. You are using that skill, talent, ability to do one of two things: solve a problem for another person. Who do you want to solve a problem for? Or you're helping another person with their ambition and you feel celebrated. That exchange is where you get purpose. The artist sings their heart out and the fans give them their love. The artist gives them their talent and the fans give them their love and appreciation and money, because that music activates something inside of them. That's why we pay to go to a concert. Okay. So how does my purpose find me? And if you go through really this book, see, I like to define purpose on 49, the use of your talent in the world to solve a problem, a process you enjoy. Pay close attention. Just because you can solve a problem does not mean that's the problem you're supposed to be solving. I call that the success trap. You're very talented. You're solving a problem, but it's not a problem you get joy from. Okay, you've heard me talk about going into the prison system, spending 4 years in the prison system, rehabilitating maximum security offenders. I could do it. I was good at it. 4 years of it. I was like, this ain't the problem I'm supposed to be solving, man. This is a big problem. Somebody's going to be passionate about it. but it ain't me. Okay. So I help people write books for a period of my life. Hated it. Hated it. Now I partner with the company. They love it. I hated it. So purpose is the use of your talent to solve a problem in which you enjoy. What problem do you enjoy solving? That's why in the book I constantly say what fascinates and motivates. That's a Sullivan question. It's the distribution of your unique skills and talents. It's the usage or demonstrated capacity of a talent to help other people in exchange of fulfillment. It is the fundamental relationship between your talent and skill and someone else's problem. Money changes hands when problems are solved. So how does our purpose find us? What's highly enjoyable? What's highly profitable? See, I actually believe you know the answers to these questions. I think it's intuitive to you. I just don't think you've spent enough time thinking about it. Okay. On that plane ride, I'm sitting there drawing it up. What am I really good at? What problem do I want to solve? What is the fundamental relationship? What is highly enjoyable and highly profitable? Okay. So when you think about it, what I'm really asking you is to do the heavy lifting here, to spend some time locating your talent and to decide what problem you want to solve in the world. And I wrote in my notes, pursue a curiosity. Pursue, like I could sit there and go, you know what? So tonight, I think if I had my iPad with me, I sat there and made a whole bunch of notes of like who I could help, right? Who I could help. Who can I help? Who do I want to help? Where is there a need, a problem that I can solve that I would enjoy solving? Who do I want to help? Who am I qualified to help? Who brings me joy? Who? Me and my wife are doing a couples retreat down in Florida, and I enjoy it. I enjoy doing the couples retreats. It's laid back. It's fun. It's just two people trying to make it in life. When you're living and married to a driven person, we do it at our house in Florida. So how do I make it bigger? How do we sell it out every time? How do we write? See, I'm pursue a curiosity. I'm curious about this. I'm interested in this. I want to do this. I get energy from this. This drains my energy. I hate working with those people. They don't appreciate you. Boom, boom, boom. It's like keep digging into this book. So when I say screw your why, I'm not saying it disrespectful. I'm saying, look, you don't have to find your why to do something big. Pursue something you're interested in. Just pursue it. Pursue it. And get amongst it. Get involved with it. And then you may wake up and go, man, this is incredible. This was awesome. I love doing this. I tell people, I didn't know I wanted to write books until I started writing books. I didn't know I wanted to coach adults until I started coaching adults. My life path was to be a college basketball coach. That was my dream, guys. It wasn't to do what I do today. It was to coach college basketball and be a major college basketball coach. So how did my life path end up here? Because I was curious about something and I pursued it. Okay. And before I turn this over to Craig, I want to remind you, pursue your potential. Pursue relationships of people who can help you. Pursue your dreams, pursue your ambitions. Keep friggin' pursuing. Right. And every time something comes along that screws you up or frustrates you, or somebody acts a fool, like somebody did on me this past week, just say, thank you, I owe you. Man, you helped me figure out you're not really who I want to work with. Man, you dissed me and you gave me some more motivation. Man, you overlooked me. And now I've got an underdog mindset. So pursue. And when you start pursuing, here's what I think is going to happen. You're going to wake up one day and go, this is it. This is highly enjoyable and it's highly profitable. Feeds my internal profit, feeds my external profit, and gives me purpose. I'll close with this, and then Craig's going to do some Q&A with you on Wednesday. Typically at the end of my speaking engagements, tomorrow I'm speaking for 3 hours here to to a group that makes products or ortho. Um, so they make products, health products. And typically at the end of my presentation, when I enjoy it, and the audience has been great, and they were hungry, humble, and had a teachable spirit, and they showed up ready to learn, and they want to activate the Pray Drive. At the very end, I say, thank you, I owe you. You give me my purpose. See, the coach cannot coach and help you get to higher level until the player is ready. It is the learner's responsibility to extract maximum value from the instructor. Okay. When I study under people that that are doing big things, I want to extract maximum value from them with the questions I ask, with the hunger, with the right. I want to go as deep as I can. I want to get it all out of there. So, a couple things. One, I have this Activate event coming up on March 15th. If you have not gone through that Activate event, it's a one-time event. Purchase it. You can watch it virtually, or you can be there in the room with me. And I really encourage you to do this. Okay. We had about 1,500 people go through this in January. It's March. Can you believe it's March? Some people already lost the Pray Drive. Some people life's knocked the shot out of them. Some people need to get it back. So I've got Activate coming up the 15th. If you're interested in that, eric@coachbird.com. These guys can post the links. I've got the Michael Burt School of Speaking, Coaching, and Writing. If your Pray Drive has been activated and you have a hunger and a desire to speak and coach or do what I do for a living, then the MB School of Speaking is where you need to start. I got coaching certification coming up next week. Okay. I got couples retreats. Guys, I want to do more with you. Okay. The more engagement you have, I got a high net worth mastermind called What's Next. Okay. So if you're interested, let's quit talking about it. Let's be about it, man. This is the year of action for you. This is the year you freaking flip the switch. Had a guy tell me he was flipping the switch. He flipped it for about a week. Then I ain't heard from him. Then he's disappointed in himself all the time because he can't keep a commitment to himself, let alone other people. So, Craig, take it away. Love you guys. See you next week. Flip the switch as we keep working through. She's got 10 chapters. I said I was going to go 8 weeks, man. I may just go 10 weeks. I'll keep going until we work through the whole book. This chapter, Screw Your Why, may be the title of my next book. You let me know what you think about it. Love you guys. Let's go. Sign up for something. Let's get going. Quit playing around.